What is up, Madison soccer fans? It was a great night down at Breese Stevens Field. Rally Madison with their first ever home match, a 2-0 loss to Minnesota Aurora. Not that bad a result, honestly, all things considered. We'll talk more about that on the podcast later this week. It was a great atmosphere. I was there with my wife and my kid, and we had a great time, along with 4,280 other people. Which is fantastic. A fantastic turnout. I really, really hope that that's not like the one big crowd and then everybody's excited about the first match and then people don't come back. Please come back, because it is a really fun team to watch. We'll talk more about the specifics of the match in the post game press conference. We did get a really nice chat with head coach Giuliano Oliviero. We did not get any players. We waited a while for some players, but they're still kind of figuring out the whole thing, the whole like match day experience. There was a big fireworks show. They have the players out on the field doing autographs after the match, which the guys don't do. Maybe they should. I don't know. In any case, the players all sort of like dispersed after the fireworks, apparently. So we did not get any players, but we had a really good chat with the coach. Also, with us in the forward club for the post game media was Ashley Page from Northlands Soccer. They cover all the Minnesota teams and as well as sort of around the Midwest. So it was nice to have her there with us as well. So that's the other voice you'll hear in the post game chat with the coach. As I mentioned in the newsletter, we will have 2 podcasts this week. One with me and Sarah Stern covering this Rally Madison match. I touched base with Sarah a little bit after the match. I think we'll have a lot to talk about. And then Ethan and I will have our regular For Madison episode, breaking down their 3-1 loss to Charlotte. Not great. Wherein Roman Torres also got a red card, so he will not be available for the home opener against Corpus Christi, which is not great. I honestly have not watched that match yet, so I'll have a lot more thoughts about that later on. So again, I'm not sure exactly when we're going to release these episodes. It kind of really depends on interview schedules, recording session schedules. We might drop them both on Wednesday. We might drop one Wednesday, one Thursday. We'll figure that out. Just watch your feeds. That's it. Let's get out to the forward club. Talk to Giuliano Oliviero. And we're here in the forward club with head coach Giuliano Oliviero after the home opener for Rally Madison and 2-0 loss to Minnesota Aurora. Coach, how you feeling?
You know what? It's disappointing. You want to win every game, but we got to understand that there's going to be growing pains in our first year. And, you know, it's fortunate for the fans, but also unfortunate. You know, you're opening up against probably one of the mainstays in USLW League, not just our conference, but the entire league, and just a class organization. And the way they played in that first half was eye-opening for us. And, we're going to learn from it. We're going to get better. I thought we made some great adjustments in the second half to slow them down. We ended up creating a few opportunities. So that was really positive, but definitely some learning curves to go through. Our second game of the season, but, you know, as far as the fans go, they were outstanding. I mean, 4,250, I think I heard. Really impressive. They got to see a great young team in Rally Madison FC, and they got to see one of the pillars of USLW League. So definitely worth their time. Obviously, they wanted their home team to win, and that's what we wanted to get for them. And that's what we're going to start doing in the future.
Well, you get a few more chances, so that's all good. That's your second game. Both games, it feels like you did come on stronger in the second half. What do you have to do to make sure that's a full 90-minute effort?
Yeah, we had a quick meeting before we set the players off to the fans, and basically said, moving forward, you know, you can't come out shy, you can't come out timid, you can't come out on your back foot. You got to put your best foot forward and play on your front foot, and want to make plays on both sides of the ball, and let's stop chasing games. So interesting. Our next game is RKC. It's an in-state game. It's a, you want to call that the local derby, and
Sure.
we're looking forward to it. And it's a game that we're putting as a must-win.
What positives do you take out of this? I'm thinking like you take a punch really early and you don't go down, right? Like what else can you think of that's positive out of this match?
No, absolutely. We made, like I said, we made some adjustments, and the girls followed the instruction. Obviously, Aurora was, they were still good, but I felt like we were able to create. So we're going to take that positive. It was a 0-0 second half, and
Mm-hmm.
our goal was to get it to 2-1, but that never happened. But, just the way the first half shook out, we didn't know which way this was going to go because we were on our heels the entire
Yeah.
first half. And to see the girls respond the way they did is very promising for us.
What does Minnesota do so very well? How have they been so dominant this whole 4 years?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know the structure of their team and how they go through it and how long they've been one of the best franchises in USLW League since its inception. So I think it's just happened over time where they get along well together. There's rhythm. There's camaraderie. They know the system of play really well, and they go out and they execute.
Two games plus the friendly. You've got 3 or 4 keepers on the roster, and only someone's got all the minutes so far. What is it that she's bringing on that you'll see?
She's spontaneous. She's young. She's energetic. She's a dynamo in there. Like, obviously she's young. She's still learning, and she wants to learn, which is great. And we just feel she gives us the best shot to win right now.
Very good. Very good.
So, Aurora, of course, in their 5th season, their form of roster construction is really bringing a lot of postgraduate players. Yours has been very different, bringing a lot of Division I talent as well, but almost exclusively a Wisconsin focus. How does that kind of develop your gameplay and your style? And what do you do to promote the team to the fans?
Yeah, you know what? We've got some great young players, and we want this team to be together for years. We don't want this to be a one and done. And yeah, I know how Aurora works, and those are women, and we're young, but you're gonna see, if we keep a majority of this group together as we move forward, I think you're gonna see a big change in the standings and wins and losses. I know what they can do. They've been playing regionally, nationally, their whole youth careers and also in their college careers, and they've been successful doing it. And I think it's just growing pains and learning curves, and we're going to get there.
You started off with 2 of the toughest teams in the Heartland Division with River Light and Aurora in back-to-back games. It has been a series of 2 losses, but only 4-1. On the contrary, Aurora's first match was a 6-0 drubbing of Rochester. Do you look at that as a positive, just having a 2-0 loss against one of the best teams in the country?
Yeah, honestly, like watching that first half transpire tonight, you often wonder as a coach, if the adjustments you make are even going to work, because it felt like it was going to get a lot worse. And we made the adjustments. It worked. We held them at 0 in the second half. I think we hit the post at the end of the game. We created a couple other good scoring opportunities. So do I look at that as a win? I not on the score sheet, so, and the girls, the players want to win too. And in our post game huddle, like basically said, we're building off that second half. And when we go to RKC, on the 27th, the plan is 3 points.
You really put Aurora on the back foot in that second half, really getting into their defensive third quite often, but were stymied almost every time as we tried to work in the box. Was there anything you saw that the team is going to improve on, or you're going to try and improve with the team for the next few weeks?
Yeah, we're working on going to goal quite a bit. Our main focus is player development and making these girls individually better that will help make our team better. And we just want repetition. Going to goal is a big thing. And like I said earlier, we played on our back foot the whole first half, and we pressed up a little bit higher. We took some risks. We left our players. We stepped higher up the field. We won some balls. We created some numbers up in transition, and just continuing, to get in the box. And good. I tell the girls, good things happen when you get inside that 18-yard box. And, I think it's a matter of time.
You're going to have to go to Aurora and Egan at what is honestly one of the best atmospheres in soccer in general in this country, with 6,000 people just on top of you the whole night. Does this kind of a crowd give your team preparation for dealing with that as the away team?
Absolutely. I mean, I thought our crowd was phenomenal. They were cheering for us. It would be obviously different in Aurora. But yeah, no, a lot of our players have played in that environment before with different clubs in Wisconsin. And, it's just a great experience. And, if you get a result on top of that, kudos. But going there and just having that experience, and those are the games, and these are the teams that make you better, not just individually, but us as a whole, as a team. And that's what we want. Like, okay, maybe we're not going to win USLW League in the first year, but, coming out of the gate next year, these girls are going to know exactly what to expect. And we're looking forward to every game.
Very good. All right, Joel, thanks a lot.
All right.
Thank you.
You bet, guys.